Well, good morning, you glorious mother truckers, and welcome to another video. I know, third day running, the sun's out, clear blue skies. The UK is a very nice place to be, weather-wise. Culturally, as a white guy, not so much. And this is because they're not even hiding it anymore. They are making it painfully obvious that they are all in charge, bowing down to the Muslim faith. We had, as you've seen in a previous video, Keir Starmer giving it large, holding an Iftkar, is it Iftkar? I'm not sure, in the Houses of Parliament, first one ever, and all he did was stand there and say that if it wasn't for Muslims, by the sounds of the way he speaks, the whole place would just fall apart, nothing could get done. Then you've got the king, the defender of the Christian faith. Now, whether you're religious or not, it's irrelevant. The United Kingdom, and especially England, was founded as a Christian country. Everything that we do, our school holidays, everything is done to the Christian faith. And the monarch is the defender of the Christian faith. So you don't have the monarch of the Christian faith, defender apparently, holding another Iftkar, or I think it's Iftkar. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'll be honest, I couldn't give a shit. And some people will probably find that wrong, but it doesn't bother me because it's nothing to do with me. But having one of them in Windsor Castle, a call to prayer from Windsor Castle. And then, just to top it all off, we add in the new sentencing guidelines from the 1st of April. Now, the Justice Minister herself, a practicing Muslim, said, oh, well, they're only guidelines. Yeah, okay. And that is very much like, remember I reported a while ago where the Welsh government were looking at banning dogs out in open spaces because of the fear of upsetting Muslims and making being outside more inclusive. Remember that? And then all of a sudden they rushed out to say that's not what's happening. Well, this is the same thing, which is basically you got caught out and now you're going to backpedal. But the simple truth of the matter is it's still there. And what this basically does is it's changed the way they look at it. Now, there's community orders. The best way to explain how it works is to go to the black belt barrister, Daniel. And he, because he's a practicing lawyer, can explain it to you much, much better than I could ever hope to do so. So basically, there's something called a pre-sentence report, and you get one of those, and that dictates whether you're going to get a suspended sentence. But of course, that change is going to, if you committed assault and you're a Labour MP, that's fine. You'll get a suspended sentence, even if you are told you have to go to prison, even if it is for just 10 weeks. And these pre-sentences, if there's mitigating circumstances, can deem whether you actually even, if you got a suspended sentence, whether it's a custodial sentence that's required, etc. Daniel Smith, the black belt barrister, explains it way better than I do. Well, that's because that's his job. He knows what he's talking about. And I always bow down to those with superior knowledge. And hopefully, by now, I would imagine most of you who regularly watch my videos follow him. I'm very much sure that you do. So go over there. So this is quite important. It can be quite pivotal in how things happen in your court case. Well, the new sentencing guidelines basically say if you're a white male, you're not entitled to pre-sentencing at all. Okay? It's a no-go. But if you are a ethnic minority, if you are somebody who identifies as transgender, etc., 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 oh well, that's different because you will have one. And that would mean you'll probably get a suspended sentence or a non-custodial sentence, which is basically racist. Now, Daniel says, and he always gives his very balanced point of view. And as I said, you got to go and watch the video and explain it. And he can see how it's only guidelines and maybe the judges will use their common sense and not use it. But then again, we've seen what judges do recently and how biased they actually are. So you can actually guarantee that this is going to be used. That if you are somebody who looks like me, I'm doomed whenever I go to court, if I go to court. Which, to be fair, the way we do our videos is a distinct possibility. So we now have our Prime Minister, our King, not my King, by the way, and just to set the record straight, as far as I was concerned, and I've said this many times before, and I'll say it again, the monarchy died when the Queen died. Old sausage fingers, he's never been a man to trust, and I don't trust William either. I really don't. I don't trust any of them. And for somebody who's always been a royalist, ex-military, I'm a royalist. I have served this country and swore allegiance to the Queen. Will now be quite happy if the monarchy gets got rid of, devolved, dissolved, eliminated, because it's not like it used to be. We used to be served by somebody who sacrificed everything for this country, and now we are ruled by a self-serving Muslim convert, perhaps, because he does like to sing the praises of the Muslim faith an awful lot, considering, as I said earlier in the video, he's supposed to be the defender of the Christian faith. So we've got those. And of course, now we got a new sentencing guidance, which basically is racist, is wrong. And even though I know Daniel says, well, perhaps we've all seen this two-tier justice system. Now, I know Robert Jenrick pulled it up in the House of Commons, which sort of caused the Labour Justice Minister, Shaboom or someone else, I don't know, to go, oh, no, because they got caught out. But you know it's guidelines. You know they're going to, I mean, look at the courts. Assault somebody in the street on video evidence, you know, like David did. Get a good kicking, good punching. First you get sentenced to just 10 weeks, which then instantaneously almost gets reduced to a suspended sentence. That's fine. Shout at a hotel in Tamworth, prison. Be a famous BBC News reporter, Mr. Edwards, Hugh Edwards, with dirty pictures of children on his phone, suspended sentence. Shout at a police dog in a threatening manner, prison. Lucy Connolly made an ill-advised post for 2 hours, gone, prison. Peter Lynch prayed for the safety of his grandkids, got bumped by the police with their shields, arrested, and is now dead because he committed suicide in prison. Wayne O'Rourke in prison for actually correctly identifying the Southport killer as a Muslim terrorist, as he was. But the words there, Muslim, meant that the government, the police, and the media actively covered that story up to prevent it getting out. But even now, they're no longer hiding it. They're actually saying, because I mean, if you're a female, you'll get a pre-sentencing. But if you're a white male, you get no treatment like that at all. No pre-sentencing at all. You're not going to be entitled to it at all. So they're actually saying in this that if you're an indigenous white male, you're evil and you deserve to have everything thrown at you. This is where we are right now in the United Kingdom. I know I've just watched Paul Thorpe's video last night when he's saying that we've got to change tack and we've got to he's going to do his videos different to give hope. What hope? You know, he's saying we've got to dig in and, you know, this will come to an end. Will it? Are you sure about that? Are you absolutely sure that there are going to be elections in 4 years' time? Are you absolutely sure that there's going to be anything left of this country in 4 years' time? Are you absolutely certain that people like me and you, Paul, and all the others of us haven't already been thrown in prison in 4 years' time for speaking out and telling the truth? I know ideally it would be to show hope that there's a chance that things can get better. But by changing tact and trying to show that hope, I don't think it's going to work. I think we've got to a stage now in society and the way it's going, the time for words is running out. Now, remember way back ago, I actually discussed and talked about civil war. And that, you know, and before I go with YouTube and anyone else, that's not me inciting it. That's me giving you my opinion on how I see things panning out. But if you're now actively discriminating against the indigenous white male population of this country, you have to expect that sooner or later there's going to be a pushback. It's going to be exceedingly dark times. Remembering that we're all these things that are happening are bowing down to just 7% of this population. Now, the other thing to sort of bring this one to a close is the fact that if you're watching this video, and I know my subs are dropping like a lead balloon at the moment, probably because I'm not saying things people want to listen to. It's also funny that since I had to demonetize my channel, my views per video have dropped. It's like I'm not being pushed forward by YouTube anymore. But many of us do these videos, and we are at risk. We are at risk, especially with the new sentencing rules. And you agree with us, please start saying something that everybody else can hear and see. Because time is running out. They're now making it obvious that we're not wanted anymore. And the time for you to sit and not do anything has gone. We need as many voices speaking out as possible. Yes, I know, as Paul Thorpe did quite rightly say, it doesn't matter how loud you shout, they're not listening. But if we stop shouting and we stop protesting and we stop doing what we do and do best, like we're doing right now, like we have done right up to this moment, and honestly, Paul, this is the thing you have to think about, they've won. If they've got us to a stage where we're not going to demonstrate, we're not going to shout so loud, we're not going to moan as much, we're not going to hold account as much, and try and do it all to give people potentially false hope, then they've won. Time to take a stand, people. Stop sitting on your arses and start saying something. Start doing something. And this is an incitement again. See, that's the thing. I'm saying this because I just want people to be passionate. If you genuinely want this country to survive, you've got to do something. Now, people will see that as incitement. It's not. It's just me, with my opinion, trying to tell other people, come on. Do something. Say something. Because if you don't, even though people are pinning their hope on reform, in 4 years' time, there may not be an election, and in 4 years' time, there'll be nothing left to save. That's why, as much as I'd like to give everybody hope, I'm being realistic and looking and going, there isn't much, unless we all start actually actively doing something and getting up on our feet and shouting, sitting in your car like I'm doing right now, doing videos, making people see what's going on, irrespective of the risk, irrespective of whether saying things annoy people. Gotta keep going, gotta shout louder. Any case, 2 videos coming up at the end of this one. One will be the last one I uploaded. The other one we've gone the chosen one, the one that the gods of YouTube with their mighty, mighty algorithm have selected just for you to watch. Now, I've done that and I've said that. Now, sometimes that doesn't come on straight away. I'm doing a lot of these videos on the fly when I've got the time. So it will get on there. I promise. Bear with me. I'm doing the best I can. If you agree with what I'm saying, subscribe. If you are incapable of doing anything, and I get it, it gets scary, and some of you are physically unable to do anything in any case, then that's fine. Support all of us who are speaking out. Just subscribe to us. Because the bigger the subscriber base, the more the videos get out. They genuinely do. If you've done that, you could ding the bell. I need to actually check, because I haven't had a notification from Andy the Gabby Cabby for a while. So I would imagine that YouTube have turned the notifications off. So always check it if you've done it, but you always hit the notifications. I've even had some subscribers just saying, I'm getting the notifications again because YouTube have turned the bell off. So pay attention to that. Also keep an eye on your subscribing, because sometimes they desubscribe you as well. Watch that. You can also like and share and let me know what you think in the adult comments section down below. I call it an adult conversation because that's what it's supposed to be. It's a conversation. It's a discussion. Okay? Silly little childish name calling and using the usual tropes and just being basically a spoilt little brat gets you kicked into the playpen where you can go play with the stickle bricks. Any case, enough of that one. I'm done. So, until the next one.